out of the tunnel into the light. That's what we're doing. Anyway, we are off to this field, which is just to the right here. Combine harvester. So I've already flown in the next field where they've already done it with the Mini 4 Pro. And I'm also going to take some photos as well. So just basically going up to this next field, and it's very picturesque. So we shall get some good shots, hopefully. It's there. Making loads of noise. Perfect day though. Absolutely lovely. Wind's dropped a little bit. So dust everywhere though, look at this. I don't know if you can see that. Squidgy. Right, so the combine's gone around, as you can see there, he's over there, the tractor's over there. And he'll be going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, but this view is stunning, so it should look really good. And, you know, drone is down here, somewhere. There she is. She's going to go up shortly. Yeah. Alright, so combine's over there somewhere, but just looking at stuff when you sort of go around and what it does to things, machinery, but the amount of wheat it leaves behind is quite crazy. I mean, it's good for the animals because the deer will be out here munching on it, and then we get straw. What I want to get is him coming down. I don't know where he's going, so I've got to walk around here now. Oh. There's a buzzard down there, which I'm never going to get. Sadly. But he said he's going to go up and down, so he'll go from left to right on that view. Guess who's got a bit of straw stuck between his sock and his shoe? That'd be me. Wow, what a lovely day. And again, still in my sock. Kind of should have worn boots really, shouldn't I? Never mind. Yeah, ideally I want to get the sun behind it and end up with a load of dust and stuff. A bit like now, a bit of a silhouette. But I've got to go round and see where he's going to be. So hopefully he's gone up, which means he'll come back down here. So I can get down this way a bit and see, but having just the 135 with me, but I've got the drone as well, obviously. But we've got a bit of time. Luckily, it's a big space, and they've got to do the whole thing. So I've got a few attempts. I've just got to be patient as he goes around. Quite amazing to watch, though. As the time goes on. It's a shame that it's not later in the day, because then we could have had the sunset and moodier skies, and you know, a bit of a light difference, and his headlights on would have been on as well. Pretty quite cool. Unless they're going to go somewhere else, I might ask them actually if they've got another one to do this evening. I'll ask them in a bit. Or is this the last one for the day? I don't know. What I want is him here kind of thing would be cool. But who knows? I'll probably get an angle shot if I stand back far enough and get the angle correct. But I don't know where he's gone, so let's have a quick look. Quick look around here, because it'll take him a while to go around. Because he might be doing up and down in the middle then and moving left and right. And I presume it's the GPS tells him the shortest routes to go. So who knows? That's cheating. That's cheating. Yeah, I probably should. Right, what an evening. So, didn't think I'd be outside for about 4 hours filming a combine harvester going around the field, which was quite mad. Pretty insane bit of kit. I mean, it's massive. 500 or 600 horsepower, probably many torques. And as you can hear, it's quite noisy. The guy in the tractor there I was just chatting to, and yeah, it's a really cool bit of kit. So drone footage, I thought I'd talk about the difference between having your drone in auto, I'm talking exposure, and having it in manual exposure. So when it was sunny, I generally kept it in auto just because it was easy, and then as the sun started to go, it's trying to take light readings and stuff all over the place, so I basically put it into manual and just kept adjusting it a little bit every now and again just to keep the exposure good. So yeah, really cool. Hopefully the footage looks nice. So I'm going to head home now and put something together so you can have a quick look. I'll kind of put in the settings and stuff that I used. Didn't have any ND filters or anything like that on, but just flying smoothly and try not to hit the combine harvester or get it munched up in the bit at the beginning. But he hit some massive rocks, which was kind of mad. Yeah, which was quite crazy. These huge rocks, they're like 20 kilo massive boulders that you can't see, obviously. Apparently the earth just pushes them up over time and they just appear. So anyway, did a little bit of damage once and he just repaired it and off he went again. So yeah, pretty mad. I have got footage of it basically opening itself up a little bit and at the front, and he was allowed to get in there a little bit and obviously get the big rocks and stuff out, but the noise it made when he hit one was quite incredible from 200 meters away. It was quite crazy. So anyway, just thought it was a bit different, and obviously that's that. There's no more wheat left anywhere near here anyway. So yeah, that's another year done on the old harvest. It just shows you what farmers do to give us food on the table as such. So that's just one small little area. You know, things like Clarkson's farm on Amazon Prime and stuff like that have opened our eyes to where food comes from. So, you know, it's nice to see, and obviously appreciative that those guys work so bloody hard to give us our food, you know. So anyway, off home and yeah, get some food. That's one thing I'm going to do. But a bit of a walk. So anyway, bit of exercise, bit of fresh air, a face full of wheat grain flying around everywhere, and some cameras to clean now as well. So anyway, catch you soon. Right, so there we go. As you can see there, the drone is doing a few different things. I'm flying fully manually, so I'm trying to stay with the combine harvester and the tractor. I'm also flying and kind of planning on the go, so it's a bit off the cuff. I'm thinking, right, I want to fly them sideways. What do I want to do? Now you can see I'm adjusting my shutter speeds and ISO just to bring out the light a little bit, and just trying to get the dust. So the dust is making a really interesting kind of haze and things like that, especially as the sun was going down there. As you can see there, it's a little bit blown out and it wasn't brilliant. But as we went on and we carried on, and I'd only had 3 batteries, but I'd gone home, charged them back up from the earlier flights, which I haven't really used, just because this was perfect. It was literally the sun going down, sun casting everywhere. It was fantastic. So it was a really good learning experience. You know, one, flying around moving machinery, which is quite scary. It's really loud. There's dust flying everywhere. You've got a tractor that's doing its thing. You've got a combine harvester doing its thing, and you know, I just obviously I'm not trying not to hit it. Obviously, the Mini 4 Pro has anti-collision sensors and everything like that, so that was made it a lot easier, but still I'm trying not to get too near it. As the sun was going down, it was changing the light, which was becoming really, really good. Much more of a flattering light, with that background as well, with all the trees and everything like that, and just me flying backwards and, you know, just messing around and trying to capture some light like that, the sun coming through the trees there, kind of lighting the dust and everything. And you kind of got, I mean, luckily the field's huge, so I've got quite a lot of time to practice, I suppose. But at the same time, I've adjusted the shutter speeds to kind of complement the sun, but with a little bit of light still showing on the combine harvester. And that's what I was talking about earlier when he hit a rock. And we're not talking small rocks, they're pretty big. And the noise, I mean, I was like 150 meters away, and it was a huge bang. Like, kind of, I mean, he knew about it when he hit it. But apparently they grow up, and the rocks that are in the ground, they actually get pushed up with the plants. So, you know, they weren't there necessarily when they ploughed the field or whatever, and then they seed it, and then obviously it gets pushed up with the plants. So that's why the combine actually finds them, and it wasn't just one, it was a few. On a different one, he actually picked out a huge boulder. It was massive. But that machine is huge. I mean, I did wonder if it was going to break stuff, but it must have sensors or something in there that know when it's hit something hard that it just shuts down. But what a cool bit of machinery. I mean, it's massive. He's there just underneath there, just checking everything and make sure. There's two guys, there's the tractor driver and the combine driver there. But it's really cool. It's just an experience to see. It's very hard to guess when they're actually going to start doing the harvest. I just happened to be at home, and I heard the combine go down the road, and I thought, right, let's go. Living out in the countryside is obviously a fantastic thing to be able to do. Living out in beautiful countryside with big fields and everything like that, and woodland and everything. So it was just really cool that I'd already knew the wheat was there. So it was a case of just hoping for the best that I was actually nearby when they were going to do the combining. Because I could have been at work, it could have been down the beach or something doing something, but yeah, luckily I wasn't. So it was, yeah, just perfect timing. And hanging around for about four hours or so, waiting for the sun to go down to that point there. And when he starts up the combine again, you'll see the big puff of smoke and all the stuff and all the dust and everything like that. But it really adds the atmosphere and to the machinery, and all the light rays and everything start happening. I was just like, yes, this is what I kind of wanted to capture. And that, there we go, just that bit there was worth it. Just for 4 hours or whatever, this bit here was worth it. It was just awesome. It was just massive in the fact that, you know, I'm capturing this, I'm flying sideways, and you might be thinking, oh, it's pretty easy to fly sideways, but this field here in particular is actually really hilly. So I'm actually constantly adjusting my height with the direction and everything as well, because as they're going up the hill, obviously the ground is getting lower, and I'm trying to stay as low as possible to the wheat or the ground, and, you know, to get a good angle. So it's actually not very easy. And I love to fly manually. I really like the fact that, you know, I've got the skills now to cruise around something and just do stuff like this maneuver here. I was really proud with. So come in from above and then just turn and rotate and tilt the camera up at the same time and bring it down in one move. But off the cuff, I didn't really think about it. I just sort of did it, and I thought, yeah, that's really cool. So, you know, shots like that, and just bringing the tractor in, because the combine gets all of the praise and everything like that, and you suddenly realise that these tractors are being driven, as we've seen on Clarkson's farm. It's not easy to actually drive a tractor next to the combine at the same speed and move backwards and forwards a bit to let the grain and everything you know, level out. So it's really cool. And me trying to keep the sun in shot whilst keeping the combine, but trying to get close enough that I've kind of got everything with a bit of detail and everything like that, and it was just really cool. As you can see there, it's just a little bit of sunlight coming through, the dust and everything as well. It was just really cool, and just trying to match their speed. Yes, you can use tracking and stuff like that and let it do its thing, but I think with the tracking it does cool stuff, but it doesn't necessarily do what I'm thinking. You know, I'm trying to be creative, you know, and suddenly doing stuff like this where I decided to fly around and give us a different angle of view. It wasn't perfect, but obviously you can cut this, you know, but you know, seeing that grain come down into the back of the tractor and a really good view of it is quite cool. Sun's behind, and then go back round again in a second, and it was just fun. And you feel really, if you've flown a drone before, you feel really connected to it, and it's really quite cool once you get the drone set up properly with the delays on the tilting of the actual camera, just so you get a much smoother effect rather than being very jerky. And the same with moving the sticks around and everything like that, you can get it really smooth and give it a really cinematic kind of feel. It's just awesome. It's such a good feeling, the fact you've done something and you know, you end up with footage that just looks cool. You know, so for me it's just been fantastic, and right time, right place, or right place, right time kind of thing is one of the biggest things of capturing anything photography wise, videography wise. You know, and it's awesome. So, and as you can see there, the tractor's trailer is filling up really quickly. I think he said 9 tons of grain in there, and each time, I think that's what he said. And I'll bring it in a little bit now. I'm watching the sun as well, so I'm kind of doing 2 jobs, kind of watching the sun but also watching what the combine's doing, and then waiting for the tractor just to bugger off, because it looks really cool. Because what I want to do is follow then the tractor, leave the combine behind, and then decided, right, I'm going to follow the tractor just because the combine gets all the praise. Let's follow the tractor because he's quite cool and the sun's still there, and then you can see him go, and then back to the combine for a bit more flying. And then, yeah, as you can see there, the field is slowly getting done. I did ask why they do it in random strips, and it's actually because of the turning circles. And I was like, oh, okay, makes sense, because it's a massive machine. If you've got a smaller one, I guess it's easier, but when they've got such a massive wide track, you know, the actual front bit is super wide, it really makes sense that the fact that they have to turn like that is mad. And it's a tracked one as well, so you can pretty much go anywhere. But what a cool day out. It was yeah, really, like I say, really pleased that I managed to capture that. I just thought I'd give you everyone a little insight of this. Hopefully I can do more next year. And yeah, you can see the size of the field there. And there was another field over to the left that they did as well, which was another 12 or 15 acres. Apparently it does about 12 acres an hour. So yeah, it's quite quick for a machine that big. And you know, it's just interesting to see how they work. There's a lot of waiting around for the tractor drivers, and then there's a second trailer there you could see. So if the other tractor was taking the grain to the farm or the storage, the combine can then offload straight into that trailer and then carry on again. Otherwise he will basically he'll have to stop and wait. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and just a little insight of flying a drone at harvest time basically, and waiting for that right light. Even though I'd done a lot of other footage as well earlier in the day, it was really worth it hanging around for the sun going down and the colours to change and adding that golden kind of light to everything, which is just really pleasant. So anyway, see you soon.